Well, hello church. The easing of these restrictions is a very welcome thing. And right now we're actually cautiously planning and preparing for gathering together as a church once again. Just yesterday, the Tasmanian government have increased the number that we're allowed to attend here for 80 people, and that will increase further from the 26th of June. We still have to keep our 1.5 metres social distanced and 4 metres per person, 4 square metres per person. So this Saturday we're going to conduct a working bee here at church, and I'd love to have a lot of you to come along. It'd be excellent to have you here to help us as we prepare our church and get it clean and sanitised and set up ready for people to come along and attend. So if you are able to be involved, please do let Barb know. The other thing we're trying to do right now is put our rosters together. And obviously we need to have musicians ready, servers ready, and others that can help out in whatever way you might be able to. Again, please do let Barb know via email or message, or even just a phone call to Barb. So anyway, as we move towards our greater freedom, which is an excellent thing, we're going to still need to do 2 services. Now, I have been talking about doing a morning and a night time, but our worship team have actually asked that we would do 2 services in the morning, a 9 a.m. and 11 a.m. Each service will go for approximately 1 hour, and that will leave us 1 clear hour in between to clean and sanitize and have the service ready for the next people. We're still going to do our online service, and that will come up after we have done our morning here at church. So unfortunately during July we're not going to be able to just hang out as much as we want to. A normal way of having a good cuppa and a lot of fellowship, I hate the idea of that being broken, but during July, and hopefully it'll be eased further, but during July we're going to have to just come to church and then go home. Maybe what you could do is after church go out for a cuppa with your friends down at a cafe or a restaurant, but in terms of keeping the distance and making sure we have the ability to get ready for the next lot of people that are coming, we'll need you to vacate the building. Of course, you can always do a cuppa, always do lunch together as a family as you're walking in each other's homes. So you'll also notice that when we come to church, you're going to have to come into church via the front door, but you'll have to leave via the side door. And that's going to be a bit funny, but we're getting used to it, aren't we? A lot of us have to do that when we go to shops. There's certain requirements on us. You go in one door, out another, and that will be the way. It'll be one-way foot traffic only. If you are here, you'll find that we'll have hand sanitizer at the front door, both here in our church and also at the LDC, the Life Development Centre. And if you are going to either building, we would ask you to avail yourself and use a hand sanitizer. You always walk in to put your own, but we'll have it here for you so you can use it. If you turn up here at church and we don't have room for you in our main building, we may still have to use the LDC as an overflow. So how many people can we fit in our church? Well, first of all, our church hall can fit 52 people plus the attendees. 52 people plus those who are serving in the church, the musicians, the preacher, those that are doing the PowerPoints and the audio visual. So that could be about 60 in that hall. At the same time, we're going to have we have room for another 25 in our foyer and another 8 I think in the cafe. So that means we could probably get just over 80 people here in our church building, maybe 85. On a regular Sunday we would have normally got 120, 130 people here, so hoping that so many of you will come back, but that's why we need 2 services. Because we have 2 services, I'm going to ask you to book in. Now that will be done via our Facebook group. Barb has set up an app there where you can actually book in, and we've got a bit of time. This is starting from July, but I'll ask you to indicate what service you're going to attend. Our second morning service will have the kids' church starting after the school holidays, but for the first couple of weeks we won't have kids' church, so that means families will need to sit together. If you are sitting together, happy news, you don't have to be 1.5 metres away from your kids or 1.5 metres away from your spouse, but you do need to be that far away from a friend or even from a non-family member that you might be sitting next to. To do that, what you just need to do is leave a vacant seat in between you and them. You, one empty seat, and then they can sit there. If it's your family, well, they can sit on your lap. Well, at least might sit on my lap or Tasha's lap anyway. Now what else do I need to say? We need to ensure there is sufficient space here at church. To do that, like I said, I'm asking you for you to book in. Will you book into the service you'll come to? The children's church will only run for our second service, so we're actually encouraging families to come to that service. If you're feeling a little bit vulnerable, I'd ask you to come to the first service, and that way we can hopefully not have any overlap of people turning up, people not turning up, and you can feel a little bit safer. So, finally, this Saturday working day, this Sunday night we have our worship service. Would you join us? It's at 6 p.m. You can come along in the service here at church, 6 p.m. in our church hall. Last one we probably had here in the hall, we had about 40 people or so we've definitely got room and we can cater for you here. Of course, if you have to, feel free to join us via Zoom or via Facebook online, and we'll broadcast that. The main thing is I'd love to give you every opportunity to join us and pray with us. That's very important. Churches need to pray. Christians need to pray. It's the breath of heaven. It's the way we breathe. It's the same as what we should do is talking to the one person who you love, God, and hearing from God talk to you. It's so important. 6 p.m. this Sunday, our prayer and our worship night. I do encourage you to be there. God bless you, church. I'm looking forward to seeing you back here in church, and I'm looking forward to seeing you at prayer this Sunday. God bless you, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.